Welcome back, guys and gals, to another Honda Navi video. We are full swing right now trying to get this bike ready for all the warm weather coming up. Sadly, like I did say in the last video, I thought this was going to be a video where we dive into the fake carbon that we purchased from Reckless Customs, but I'm having a little bit of a problem. As you can see, I am torn into the headlight area where you have your rat's nest of wires. I'm having a small little issue, and it has to do with this bulb right here and LED turn signals. I'm pretty sure thousands of other people are going to have this problem, and if you are having this problem, you've come to the right video. What I'm specifically talking about is when you go ahead and do the AC-DC conversion on these bikes, you're not kind of out of the water yet. Even with your LED turn signal indicator box thing that you go ahead and put in, even with the LED turn signals, even with your resistors, you're not out of hot water yet. When I first installed these, I did not have this problem. Switch your key on, nothing happens because everything is kind of turned off. Look at this. See how pretty that looks? See how that side has no power going to it whatsoever? And you get this side that, you know, flashes very, very nicely, front and back, front and back. Go ahead and come under here. Gonna leave. This is your turn signal bulb, your indicator bulb. It goes in that hole, but I have it out just for right now. Everything is turned on, so we get our dash panel, we get our high beam indicator. Go ahead and turn on the turn signal, and we get a slight little flash coming from that, bouncing off the bulb. Go ahead and switch it to the other side. Oh, everything looks pretty, but we come over here and we have the flash. It's very difficult to see it on camera just because of how fast it's flashing. So with everything still plugged in, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this bulb out, and when we go ahead and do our turn signals, oh, look at that. No weird flashing. That's kind of weird. Everything kind of works perfectly fine. And that is your number one telltale sign that you need a diode. Luckily for me, I went ahead and purchased a diode. Supposedly you can make these. I just purchased Yoshimura's because those are Yoshimura turn signals, and we have them. So essentially what happens is when you go ahead, pretend like this is going back to your turn signals. Essentially what happens is the turn signals that come stock on this bike actually physically have halogen bulbs inside of them. Halogen bulbs take a lot more power in order to light them. So when you go ahead and put LED bulbs in, because it all comes through the same system, you know, if you, I'm actually going to go ahead and leave a link, should be somewhere up here. When we did our dash bulbs, different colors, we ran into the same issue. For the background light, we actually have an LED bulb in there. You unfortunately can't do it for your turn signals because LED bulbs are directional. So you go ahead and put the bulb in. There's two sides to the bulb, you know, positive, negative. When you have an all halogen system, alternating current, the bulb, when you go ahead and want your left turn signal, the power runs up through here and goes into the bulb and comes out this way. When you want to run your right turn signal, it comes up in here, or whichever I said first, your other turn signal, it comes up this way, goes through the bulb and comes out. When you go ahead and put an LED bulb in there, the power only goes one way. So if you put the LED bulb in like this, or you put it in the other way, you'll only have one of your directionals actually working because it blocks off the signal. So essentially what this solves, remedy turn signal issues where the turn signal light stays illuminated and does not flash. Ours flashes because we have the LED box in there, but we still get some bleed through to the other side, whichever one we're not associating with. It is recommended to solder wire connections. That's perfectly fine. This is the important part that we need to look at, though. The light does not have polarity and is not critical which wires connect to the dash indicator light wire. And the diode is directional, which is critical to proper operation. So you don't want to take these two wires and attach them up here and then have one of these going back there, because then it won't run correctly. You want to have your left and right turn signals, the two wires headed up to the bulb, connected to that, and it doesn't matter which color wire you have, which would be these bad boys right here. Doesn't matter which one of these you have, as long as one of these are also grounded to the frame. That's the important part, is you have to ground them to the frame. So we're gonna go ahead and fix this issue, hopefully. I actually don't know if this will fix it, but I'm pretty sure it will. And then after this video, we can go ahead and move on to the carbon fenders and stuff like that. But I just wanted to make this video for you guys because I was stumped as well. I thought I was gonna have to buy brand new turn signals, like something burned out in them or something like that. You guys know how to take your headlight off. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, the thing pops out. So these are the two wires, the kind of orangish red looking and the light blue. These are the two wires we're going to focus on. It says do not cut it right here. You want to cut it a little bit further down the wiring harness. So I think I'm going to cut it right here. Yeah. And then we got to go ahead and do that to the red one. Number 2. Oh, pains me every time. All right, I went ahead and took the actual light socket out. We have our 2 wires right here. I'm just gonna go around these 2 wires. I'm gonna use a razor blade, and you just go around about a 1/4 inch down, cut around the entire insulation of the wire, and it should just pull right off. You get them both nice and coppered. And the ugliest part is going to be reaching in here to get to these. Make sure your key's off, by the way. You don't want to you don't want to have fun with that. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and disconnect that again just to be completely sure that we have no issues. And then you can bring the wiring harness out a little bit. We got high beam. We solved it. Oh my goodness. I just had like an image in my eyes of like the Navi starting to like smoke up and then like light on fire. Well, it works. That's how you install a diode on a Honda Navi. That's pretty cool. So, just to recap exactly what we did. You have these 2 wires right here. These come off and just go directly into this bulb socket. All we did was splice into these, actually completely cut them off, pull the bulb from the rest of the harness, splice in this attached diode, which connects into itself, and all we did was send the current through this wire up into here, into the bulb. It comes out of the bulb, goes into this black grounding wire, and I grounded it to that bolt. I will be fixing that after this. I'm probably going to attach a ring so it can go around that so it's properly grounded. Do not leave the wire like that thinking it's going to be okay, because as soon as that bolt rattles and starts to loosen it and that wire falls off, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be sparking inside your light. So now we go ahead and turn this on. Everything comes on and we get no more. It's all done. Switch it to the other side. No more blinking. Both front and back. Look how gorgeous that is. So that's it. Super easy to do. I don't know if it would have failed inspection because it's technically blinking on that other side. So when you go ahead and do the left one, the right one's blinking too, and you do the right one, the left one's blinking as well. I don't know if they would have failed that for inspection. It was driving me crazy. It wasn't enough to signal drivers which way you were going, unless it was nighttime, but obviously one side would be brighter than the other. I just didn't want to have to deal with it. I didn't want anything burning out or short-circuiting or popping a fuse. So yeah, that's it. If you guys wanted to know how to install a diode onto any motorcycle, this works on any motorcycle. Ones that didn't come with LEDs from factory. now you know how to do it. So leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you are new, and the next video is going to be all the carbon stuff that it's fake carbon, but the carbon looking stuff that we're going to do. So I will see you guys in the next video.